Without purpose that is bigger than yourself, you are more likely to serve only yourself. So in my formative years, I found out who I was, but I still didn't find out who my purpose is. And so come out of college, I do 3 years in sales. I still know a whole bunch of people in sales. And so you find out quickly in sales, especially pharma sales, medical device sales. I don't want to talk about anybody's profession, but in sales, you're trying to sell to someone, they buy, and you hit your quota, and you get a raise, but you're not affecting anybody. I worked in sales, so I know that, like, when I say affecting someone, I'm not talking about you, the company, and the person that buys. I'm talking about the greater good. And so the reason why I chose the video I chose, because his 6th point was what? Does anybody remember his 6th thing? Say that again.
Giving back.
Say it loud.
Giving back to others.
Giving back to others. That's purpose. Giving back to others. He's clear that you have to have a job. I'm clear that you have to have a job. Some people are able to align the two, and some people are not. But there's a distinct difference between passion and purpose. And so after leaving sales, I had the opportunity where I fell into a role at a nonprofit agency. And so I've been working in nonprofit for the last 5 years. And I've done well, and I will continue to stay there. But if they stop paying me tomorrow, I'll stop doing it tomorrow. It's not my purpose. I would go do my purpose. I would go do my purpose. I only go because they pay me. I do a really good job at it because there's some gifts that come to me naturally as far as management. As a director, I do really well. But just because I do it well doesn't mean perfect. And so I'm clear that just because I love what I do when I go, doesn't mean that it's my purpose, and it doesn't mean that I'm supposed to do it for the rest of my life. So that's a little bit about myself. What is passion? This definition is what separates passion from purpose right there. It's something you love to do. And so, how many people have experienced they used to love something, they grew out of it, and so now they love doing something else? Right? And so, purpose, when that's what you're supposed to be doing, you don't fall out of it. It doesn't come, it doesn't go. The pencil's job in life is not to get better wood, get more sharpened. It's not to get a better eraser. All the things that if you ask your peers what's their purpose, every answer they give, it's right back at them. That's not purpose. That's self-gratification, right? So I was having this conversation trying to explain that to someone, and they said, those are inanimate objects. They can't do anything else. And they had a point. Humans, we have feeling. We have so many choices. But my next story is someone I know. None of you guys know. I was in Brandon and Damali's wedding. Damali posted on Facebook, I married Brandon. Our marriage was rocky because every day he came home, he hated what he was doing. He told me he wants to be a fireman. So she talks about her struggle with it. And then she continues to tell the story, and 9 months later, he applies, he gets it, he does his whole test and goes through the course of whatever you need to do, and he becomes a fireman. And so she starts taking pictures like this. This is him on a roof of a burning building, right? And so, long story short, she says, fast forward to where we are now. He never comes home complaining. He's always happy. He has no boring workday stories because there's no boring day at his job. Even if there's no fire, he's hanging around like-minded people who have the same purpose. And so when she closes her story, she says, I'm so happy that he found his passion. And that's the only part of the story I would tweet. He found his purpose. Because jumping in a fire, even if he gets paid for it, he's doing it for someone else. He's jumping in it to save someone else. So I ask you, what are you jumping into to save someone else? See, Hellman shared that he goes to football after he leaves PNC. I know he loves it, but I want him to know tonight it's probably his purpose to be in those kids' lives, to show them that it's not about just driving a nice car, wearing a nice suit, having a nice house. When you have all those things, you still got to fill some part of who you are. And he's doing that as he works with those kids. And so I ask you, who are you, whether it's on your job or not, who are you giving to? Without purpose that is bigger than yourself, you are more likely to serve only yourself. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Kirk was phenomenal. He was fantastic, had the audience engaged. He does a tremendous job. I highly recommend you hire him.
Kirk Berry is just an awesome speaker, just engaging his audience and really getting people involved. So I think it was a great presentation.
This was a good event to find what is your purpose and to live that purpose. So I'm very proud to be here and to encourage those who don't know Mr. Berry to follow him, get to know who he is, and keep up the good work.